Yo, what's the deal? Peace and blessings to everybody that's viewing this broadcast at some point in time, whether currently or sometime in the future, man. We're gonna get into this content, but before we get into the content, just want to give acknowledgement to the Most High God. All praise be to the Most High God and all power to the people. Um, so much that we can get into, man. So much that we want that we can get into. I've been gone for like a day and a half, something like that, man. Just been trying to navigate through this amazing experience called life, just trying to get all my ducks in order to allow these blessings to manifest. So I'm watching things. Now, I ain't even lie to you. I ain't even been watching a lot of stuff as far as like content and all this and all that. A lot of people sending me content. A lot of people been hitting me about this, that, so on and so forth. Every now and then, man, we gotta unplug and disconnect from the social media thing, man, so that we can zero in on what actually the social media is cool. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes you gotta disconnect. You gotta disconnect and you gotta, what I mean, start focusing on what you need to focus on, and then you gotta be able to differentiate between what's entertainment, what's education, and what's the most important right now currently in your life. You'd be surprised how many people is tuned into this social media thing like it's a soap opera. It's like on my mama, they tuned in, they glued to it and all this and all that. And what that does, it takes away important time to focus on the manifestation and the execution of your goals and so on and so forth. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I know when to get into it, and I know when to bag up and all that. So make sure you appoint yourself some me time to where you can focus on you, your family, and things that matter. The social media thing ain't going nowhere. And trust me and believe me when I tell you that you think this social media right here is some, oh man, that social media that they got coming with this new chip. Oh, it's about to be crazy. Hold on. Yeah, this new social media that they coming. And then watch this. They're gonna release another drug too. And this next drug that they're going to release is going to go hand in hand with the metaverse. See what they trying to do? They trying to create an alternate reality to where if you are going through stress and you're experiencing body shaming, or you feel like you're worthless, or you feel like this realm of existence or this reality isn't the proper reality for you, then you can put on a headset, you can get off that dope, and you can go on this alternate reality for days. They were also trying to create laws to where if you unalive somebody in the metaverse or in this alternate reality, that you can be criminally prosecuted. If you don't believe me, just look it up. Like, it's real. The place that this social media shit is about to go to is about to be diabolical, man, on my mama. But we're going to get into this real briefly, man. Is LA County intentionally delaying payment? I meant to put payments, forgive me, to majority Black and Latino SA victims, most definitely. Malik Carter, what's the dinner nail, man? Much love and respect. Stone to the bizone, man. Salute my player partner, Bobby Ye. Much love, Haiti. East to the west, Mars to yours on the Renanils, man. You already know what it is, man. It's an abundance of love. But this is what I'm going to lead in with right here, like this right here, right? To anybody that has filed a fraudulent claim on this LA County sexual, that $4.8 billion biggest settlement that has been in the history of the United States of America to be publicized. For sure, the biggest settlement ever reached on the West Coast. You know what I mean? To anybody that has jumped on this or jumped on that, and it's a fraudulent claim, just know that the feds is closely monitoring this. The DA by the name of Nathan Hoochman, they're closely monitoring this currently. They got gang units that's also monitoring this. You know what I'm talking about, monitoring this. They have federal agents that's also monitoring this currently. Like, you feel what I'm saying? They want to know when they release the money, when they make the decision to release the money, but it's going to be constant delays and delays and delays and delays. You understand what I'm saying? Because they don't want to pay you this money and they want to know, who are you? See, listen, When our people come into a substantial amount of money, the first thing that they do is say, what that nigga gonna do with this money? They typically send two people after you, but these two people that they send after you to come and collect information is either a fashion designer or a financial investor, or somebody that can give you financial insight. Here, you can budget this and you can spend this. I can help you acquire this property. I can show you how to start this business. But individuals who are federal operatives that strategically placed around you to report what he's about to do with this money. See, now you got all these youngsters out here that's gang. Yeah, blood was bracking, blood was cracking, cuz. And even that, I feel like we got to get up off that shit. I'm gonna just speak to that just real quick. We got to get up off that shit. But it seems like the Bloods are escalating the gang hostility in Los Angeles. The Bloods have now banded together. Look, come on, let's get together. Now they're going after civilians. They're banging on civilians. They're banging on females. That shit is corny. It ain't cool. So if it's any reputable Bloods out there, they got a voice with these young Bloods. You know what I'm talking about? You need to highlight these young Bloods, because nothing beneficial is going to come from them being antagonists in the community. Even banging on old folks, elders, individuals that can be considered our elders, they banging on, where you from, Blood? Man, I got grandkids. So what, Blood? Where you, like, that ain't cool, that ain't fly. Because if my grandpa was still alive, you feel me, you play with him like that, I'm just saying, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, man, who got a relationship with these YNs, man? Who can holler at them? Because there need to be some conversations, like, because where they're going is going to flip Los Angeles upside down. It's a brother that got a podcast called 21 Questions, but it's the second page. He and I get into a verbal disagreement over this, that, and third as it pertains to these young Bloods and gang banging. Like, listen, homie, we should never be in a position, in a situation to where we put our rags before our race. Because once you raise up that blue rag, that red rag, and you say, this is what I'm dedicating my life to, you're dedicating your life to destruction. When you pledge an allegiance to these blue rags and red rags and all this and all that, and you put that before your race, you saying, fuck my race. I don't give a fuck if we continue to procreate. I don't give a fuck if niggas die tomorrow. Nigga, I'm a Blood. Nigga, I'm a Pyru. Nigga, I'm West Side Hoover. Nigga, I'm East Side Crib, West Side Crib, Compton Crib. Northern, like, come on, my nigga. Niggas got to start wising up and paying attention. So with gang tension escalating in the streets, the feds is like this, eating popcorn. Yeah, shit, we ain't even got to go. We ain't even got to contact our informants because we seeing how everything is playing on the internet. Like the dude who I believe may be, you know, one of the biggest detriments to the developing minds of the youth in our community, the guy who calls himself the who's who's. The feds are sitting back like, oh, we know who's the who's who's of the who's who's. Like, we know what's going on. So you know what they doing? They ain't even got to do a lot of investigating. All they got to do is get these federal indictments ready, get these RICO acts ready. And to a lot of people who are about to come into this life-changing money, when they do decide to give it to you, after the feds say, okay, there we go, release the money. You know how many these YNs, and you know how many even, you know, older dudes that's going to try to, the older dudes are going to try to experience a second childhood. You ain't never had no bread. You ain't never did none of importance. Now you want to be a gang leader because you got the bread. And you know, a lot of these women, you know, a lot of these girls, because a woman ain't just going to solely follow the bread, especially our women. Our women is the most educated in the United States of America. A woman and a lady going to be like, And if they do engage with you, they going to engage with you on a level to where they going to get some paper from you and get on, because you ain't the type of dude that they can see themselves building a future with. You're not the type of dude that they want to bring around their family. You're not the type of dude that they want to have their kids up under. But you a trick. Man, I got all this money. Okay, she'll get a few dollars from you and get on. But you know, most ladies, they get it on their own. But, you know, getting back to the point, man, a lot of these dudes that's older is going to try to live a second childhood. These young females that don't really understand who they are and don't really appreciate their bodies, They gonna go after the paper. These young dudes is gonna follow the dudes with the paper. So now that money is gonna give guys instant social status. Your social status gonna go from here to, and a lot of these dudes is gonna start moving in ways that's counterproductive to our community. And you know what? The Fed's gonna be watching, like, y'all, he's stupid, y'all. Hey, that informant that we got that's in West Covina, get him up under him. Tell him he got some guns. And they come to the Feds. Informant, hey man, listen, I can get you that. Man, I can get you a whole lot of guns, man. You be running everything, man. Nigga needs guns to run shit. Man, how many guns you can give me, blood? How many guns you can give me, cuz? Man, I gotta get you crazy guns, my nigga, but you gotta keep that shit on the low, my nigga. Don't tell nobody. That's how they gonna hit you. Don't tell nobody, as if it's some confidentiality, but this nigga's a confidential informant. There's some confidentialness going on there, but it ain't no confidentiality keeping it between you and him, because everything that you say and everything that you do, he's going to go tell the feds. So for all you niggas is about to become instant gang leaders because you're about to get, drop that bag, don't do it. Get your family, dog. And this is the thing about family when a lot of them come across this type of money, right? Family, you got to understand that these niggas is about to come into this life-changing money before they can doll it out, before they can oil everybody palms and all that. At least allow them to try to create something to where motherfuckers can eat for a lifetime. So before you go over there begging, at least come with a business proposal. Hey, cuzzo, or hey, sis, or hey, big bro, listen, I got this business plan. This is what it is, and this is what we can project. This is what I project that we can make within the first year, 2 years, so on and so forth. Would you invest in me? Man, hell yeah, man, that's for sure. Boom, invest in your people. But to the family, like, don't just go on some like begging type shit. Like, can I get a nigga? You got all that money? That nigga that got all that money and ain't getting nobody none yet. That's that nigga money. Come with a business plan. See, a lot of people always come with their motherfucking handout and a running mouth. Shut the fuck up. Come with a business plan. Depending on the character, depending on the caliber of the individuals, try to find a way that y'all can start a family business. Cause, oh man, look, get a wing stop like Rick Ross, man. Put meat on tea, or get a soul food restaurant. Get some cars, put them bitches on Turo. You know what else you can do? For the brothers that's about to get this money once the feds say that you're cleared to get it. Nigga, go buy you some diesel trucks. Put them diesel trucks on the road. Nigga, hire your homies. These young gang, what's up, blood? And these young niggas is looking for relatives and looking for money. That's looking for attention. Nigga, grab them little niggas. Nigga, send them little niggas to trucking school for the ones that'll do it. Some of these little dudes got ADHD and they can't focus on nothing. They can't focus on a motherfucking thing, but they can be used in a productive way too. We're going to get into that. But to the little dudes that you see, man, go get them in trucking school. Put them in that truck. Boom. And being at the show business, you can pay them more than what the competition can pay them. So that they can feel like, man, shit, you getting what? And he on the road and the people like, man, I'm getting this. Nigga, my big homie got me breaded out. Go get them trucking contracts. Become a business owner. See, the effective thing about the mafia that made the government go after them, the government have found themselves in positions to where they have to go buy shit from the mafia. The mafia had began to ingrain itself in the infrastructure of America. At one point in time, they owned all of the cement and everything that you needed to buy. Everything that you needed to build businesses and all this shit, the construction, this, that, and third. The American government said, hold the fuck up. We know that they're a criminal enterprise, but we ain't tripping because they white. But the thing is, these motherfuckers is now stepping into our lane. Then you got to understand the inception, the beginning of gangs in the 1700s and why they formulated gangs. We don't understand why gangs was formulated. Was it to protect the community? Yes. That's one element, but what about the other elements? Gangs wasn't solely created just to protect the community. Yes, to protect the community. The American-born white folks, they feel like the Irish, the Italians, and the Jewish folks, and all these other people that we consider to be white now, they feel like they were beneath them. They feel like they were scum. So they'll often do what they did to us, go in their communities, beat their ass, and do all type of shit. So they say, no, nigga, we gotta protect the women, protect the brotherhood, protect the kids. Like we gotta protect ourselves. So once they came and they became unified, they said, okay, now we're protecting the community on this level, but you got all these American-born white folks that's not a part of our community. They got all these jobs. Wink, wink, police officers in our community. All these other jobs, most of the paramedics and most of the firemen and all this type of shit in our community is people who don't come from the community. So the original gang said, no, fuck that. We need a contract. Some of those contracts and some of those agreements still exist today. It's just you don't know about them. When they were creating, when they was reconstructing Martin Luther King Hospital, they had an agreement in there to 20 to 30% of the workers had to come from the surrounding communities. Some communities say, no, fuck that, man. Give us a few dollars and we can figure it out on our own. Oh, so we can buy y'all out. Hell yeah, you can buy us up. We ain't tripping. Over here in this projects and that project, man, we ain't tripping. We can create a, okay, so where are we going to send the money to? Man, send the money here. So now you got these community activists that just got this buyout money, but ain't putting nothing in the community. So now you got homies going up to Martin Luther King saying, hey, cuz, I need a job. Or hey, how you doing? My name is Jeffrey Jefferson. I got a little experience in construction. I'm here from the community. I literally live right down the street, and I'm trying to see who's the foreman or who can I talk to about becoming part of this detail. They're not going to hire you. Initially, they wanted to hire you due to the agreement, the stipulations. But when a community activist went up there and said, hey, man, I'm a representative of the Joint Downs, or I'm a representative in Pure Courts, Nicholson Garden, and this, that, third, and so on and so forth, man, we'll let y'all do y'all thing. Man, if you can just give us, we'll do so we can go start our program. And they gave them money. And individuals from the community of Watts, they went on Century and they started a construction class. And they lied to us and said, we're going to give y'all jobs. Man, we're going to teach you how to do construction. I'm like, man, shit, I got a baby on the way, cuz I got to jump in this. Because what I'm doing right now, I don't want to be out here gang banging. I don't want to be out here on the tip that I'm on. But being that I'm out here moving what I'm moving, and then there's disagreements with them dudes, and them dudes is coming through, I got to keep certain shit with me, and I got to play a certain position that I don't want to play. But let me get into this construction shit, because if I can get into this construction shit, this shit can get me out of the streets and more street elements, because I was the type of dude, allegedly, you're not going to come throwing rocks and all this and all that, and no rocks get thrown back at you. Rather, boom, right there on the spot, or when you go and you duck off and you think, the rock throwing is over. Like, no, nigga, don't go like that. But I ain't want to be like that. I say, God, give me something positive and productive to jump into. And it comes this construction class that was a byproduct of the people going up there and saying, hey, give us this amount of money and we cool on the job. We can do this and do that. And they fucked us. Listen, man, we going over there right there by the Jordan Down Housing Projects. Man, me, the homie Doggy, the homie Lil Bam, and when I don't really want to call him Lil Bam, so I say Tidy Bo Brother Bam. Tidy Bo Brother Bam, the homie Doobie, shit, it was a lot of us. Man, we piling up in whips, and man, we want to go get these jobs. But mind you, we didn't have a real life bang out with some guys. Like, so we're going against enemy lines. We're going into troubled waters to go to this construction program. And then you know what they did? The construction program was gone. No jobs for us. The incentives that they said that they was going to give us, none of that shit. It was just gone. Now we out there looking lost. Like, damn, cuz I done dedicated this amount of time to this, that, and third. And now it's just gone. The community people, the individuals who have put that together, fuck us. As soon as they got that boop, they got this, that, and third to make it look good. But when that next payment came, boop, they say, I'll read about dirty, we're gone. Figure it out. Me, I pray, God, listen, I don't want to be out here like this. Send me some, God. It ain't got to be much. Man, I'm about to be a first-time father. I got to do this right. I can't repeat the cycle. I can't bring a child into this world and, I do to this child what my father did to, me and my siblings. Like, God, I'm putting forth the effort. That I'm saying Bible verses. You said that if I declare and decree and if I do this and do that, whoopie whoop and all that, and boom, something popped for me. And what it popped for me, I met this I met my big brother. And the reason why I call this brother a big brother is because this brother was more of a brother to me than my big brother. This is the man that came into my life and showed me what brotherhood is. This is the man that told me, listen, man, I know you're out here thugging, and I know why you thugging. He say, man, if this is what you want to do, he say, man, as a brother, as a person that loves you, homie, I'm going to support you. Whether it's prison or whether it's whatever the case may be, I'm going to support you. And I got your kids. That was some brother type shit. But he said, nigga, I am going to hold your ass accountable, nigga, because your mind is too great to be living so dormant. So he said, you got to do this and do that. This nigga got me up out the projects. Beverly Hills, Culver City, Central City, Studio City. I'm on motherfucking Queen. I'm all in the back with the rich white folks chilling like this. Like, oh, I like this. I want this for myself. How can I get this? This is how you get this. And I stayed on that. The importance of building a support system, because no man is an island unto himself. Hold on, forgive me. Hold on. Initially, they were saying that it was an additional 90-day delay.
Nah, so
Hey, listen, man, this is how God works. So I'm doing this video. Is LA County intentionally delaying payments to majority Black and Latinos SA victims? Yes, plain and simple. There was other law firms that went out and handpicked their clients. and most of their clients were Caucasian. The ones who were handpicked that's not part of these bigger, well, I don't want to say bigger law firms, but these law firms with more claimants or a higher caseload, they didn't already got paid out. The representation of the people who are predominantly made up of white folks, they didn't already got paid out. This rigorous vetting system that they have created. So number one, the feds can have time to do investigations. Number two, for them to check claims and this, that, and third. And number three, just a delay of inconvenience. The Boy Scouts, they didn't go through this rigorous vetting system or authenticity process. The people who are part of that Catholic churches, sexual assault, put an S in front of it, class action lawsuit, they didn't go through this rigorous vetting system. Like I just told you, the feds is closely watching this. And what they're trying to do, this shit get crazy, bro. This shit is getting crazy. This shit is getting crazy. Don't play with these people. If you have a legitimate claim, get your money. If you don't have a legitimate claim and you're engaging in some type of fraud or fraudulent claim and all this and all that, the feds is watching. The feds is now involved and they're creating their own vetting system to go with the vetting system of District Attorney Nathan Hoochman. So now what they're trying to do, they're trying to say that there's these gangs out there that's going out and soliciting people or, getting people and incentivizing them and giving them a script and say, hey, go read this, say this, and say this, so on and so forth, and you're going to get this. So now they're trying to potentially federally charge people because what is that? If you get a gang of people and they're engaged in any type of criminal activities, especially fraud and a few other crimes and all that, y'all know what it is. I don't have to tell you what it is. So the shit ain't a motherfucking game. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get people who done jumped on that shit that they know isn't supposed to be on it. They're creating this amnesty clause. The amnesty clause for individual claimants. In a notable move to separate victims from exploiters, District Attorney Nathan Hoochman has offered a form of limited amnesty to individual claimants. Limited amnesty. So they're saying that if you come to us in between this time frame and this time frame, we'll give you amnesty. We won't criminally, whether it's local or federal, we won't prosecute you. Just tell us what this, that, and third, and we'll let you go on about your business. Offered a form of limited amnesty to individual claimants. The deal, the DA's office has publicly encouraged non-lawyer claimants who file false claims to come forward voluntarily. The protection. If an individual claimant admits to filing a false claim and withdraws it, the DA has stated those statements will not be used against them for prosecution. The goal, it is designed to dismantle the network by getting individuals to testify against the recruiters who paid them to lie. This shit ain't no motherfucking game. They didn't do all this when individuals who are part of the Boy Scout, because they were predominantly Caucasian. They didn't do this with the individuals who were a part of the Catholic Church mass action or class action lawsuit. But they're coming after you because they know you come from destitute communities. They know that you grew up in poverty. They know that it's hard for you. They know that the opportunity is there. And a lot of people is, ooh, I can't, you know what I mean? Now they're going to try to bust you over the head or they're going to try to turn you into a snitch. But you do with the information whatever the fuck you choose to. But whenever it's something that's created that can get black people a few dollars, oh man, they going to put that shit up under close scrutiny. They're going to try to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. They don't want you with no paper. You become dangerous. Especially these YNs is out here, man on crib, man on blood, man. Man, listen, you give them some paper, oh man, they paint the city red with blood. And it's the truth. See, we got to learn how to, number one, we got to learn how to better treat each other. Then you got to learn how to code switch. See, the white folks, they code switch the best. Code switching is, hello, hey, how are you? My name is Bobby. I'm calling because I'm reaching out because of that's code switching. Being able to talk like this and all like that and all that, like, and then change it. White folks, they know how to do it. When they come into our communities, they code switch. The police, when they get these youngsters in these investigation rooms and play good cop, bad cop, they code switch. Because they want you to relate to the language that they use. They want the language to resonate with you. Why do you think a lot of black people, when they get into the workforce, they, hey, how are you? Hey, what's going on? Hey, Sean, what's going on? You know what I mean? They code switch. You got to give a person a version of you that they feel most comfortable with, or you got to give a person a version of you that resonates with them. You got to learn how to code switch. But it's so much that we can go into. It's a multifaceted problem, so we're going to need a multifaceted plan. But I'm about to jump up off this thing, man. I'm about to call my folks back. There was a hearing today. Didn't know a motherfucking thing about it. There was a hearing today. I was supposed to do yesterday. Got into some stuff, couldn't do it. But there was a hearing today about this very situation. They just had a hearing about it. Shit crazy, man. Any in-laws that got minorities in it will take a long time, and most of the time, and most people, all right, going to receive no money. In fact, they settle quick with the Catholic. Oh yeah, the Catholic. Man, they start giving them their paper, and then the authenticity, the way that they authenticated individual, it wasn't as rigorous. It wasn't as deep, intense as this that they're doing to these blacks, and I'm not going to say brown, these blacks and Latinos. It's going to catch up with them. People sooner or later, stuff never just go away, and maybe for the white, but not for everybody else. Bo Man the Great, what's the dinner there? He much love and respect, man. You feel me? What's the deal, Crib? Tap in for this knowledge, cuz oh man, I appreciate it, man. I'm about to jump up off this thing, man. When I come back, we gonna get into this Young and Hefe and this whack 100 situation, man. It's like, god damn, cuz, like at some point in time, cuz when we know better, we gotta do better. When we know better, we gotta do better. When man, there's a saying to say to whom much is given, much is required. But you got individuals in our community, they know that the state of dysfunction, they know the state of despair that the community is in. They know that a lot of our people is undereducated, not properly educated. So that saying of whom much is given, much is required, it don't apply. Because you got dudes in our community that's a part of our culture that's eating, and ain't putting shit back, and there's no investment in the people. And this is what Tupac and Malcolm X had warned us about, specifically Tupac. Like, we got to have some type of obligation to the people. You can't give me an X amount of money and I don't go out and try to find ways that I can be a servant to the people. Like, how can we serve the people? Like, how can we get these youngsters and introduce them to something different that can put them on a different path? Because listen, homie, had not Brother Malik Vital, the writer of Imperial Dreams, had he not introduced me to a different way of living, then shit, man, I'll probably be in a project still trying to figure it out. God had gave me 2 revelations in prison. This one, and then boom, that one. I don't engage in a lot of shit, dog, because God made it clear to me. I remember talking to my Doobie. I say, Doobie, hey, cuz, you think when I get home, this, that, and third is gonna play out? Doobie dropped his head like he felt the same thing. But I ain't need confirmation from Doobie because God had already gave it to me. Nigga, you about to go home. And motherfuckers is about to try to take your life. But on this one, they ain't. I'm not going to allow them to take your life because I need you to do this. But you're going to have to go through that so that you can get focused in on this. And then when you do this, I'm taking you there. God had already gave it to me. Man, listen, man. And I ain't saying God came to me like, my dear son, Bobby Ye, listen to me. Nah, that ain't what I'm saying. Intuitively, something inside of me was already giving me the revelations. They called it an intuition. Intuitively, I already knew. And something within me, my familiar voice said, yeah, you can't come back to this. You can't go back to that because you ain't got that many more chances, my nigga. And if you go out there trying to play a game like this, like, you're going to die. If you don't die, when these white folks get their hands on you, oh, you ain't coming back home no more. So do with the information whatever you choose to. I said, I'm going to run with it. And then I responded, that's the best thing for you to do. I came home. I was doing commercials, working on film, music videos. I was outside of the projects. I had became accustomed to living outside the projects. I say, God, please bless me with more opportunities. And there's nothing wrong with the projects. Please don't think that I'm shitting on my community, but I'm not. But I'm talking about what worked for me. I can't talk about what worked for that person, that person, that person, that person. I'm telling you how Bobby Yeye Jones, me, have been out of prison for 16 years. I'm telling you what worked for me. Me having these opportunities and seizing these opportunities to get out of the projects. So now when I go back to the projects, I can come and I can, give some palm oil. You know what I mean? Lay a few dollars on the youngsters and buy some of my big homie beers and drinks and all this and all that and talk, man, this is what I'm into. This is what I'm doing. I don't gotta go back on no game banging, turned up shit. Who did this? And no, that's not the energy that I'm bringing. God has spared me from that. God has delivered me from that. So I'm on a whole different code. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, there's some truthfulness for your ass, cuz. But we need more individuals that God has blessed to get up out of the confines of the ghetto to go back and say, listen, cuz it's a better option for us. Everybody may not take heed, but they're going to be a minority to say, man, what's the blueprint? I'm ready to leave too. How you doing it? How you did it? Yay, man, I just discharged parole. Man, I'm trying to stay out. What you do to stay out for? At this time, it was 15 years. Man, listen, dog, I used to get my nose dirty and all that. Once God put you on a certain path, you lose interest in certain things. But then there's one of those times of vulnerability to where what they call the enemy or the negative energy is going to tell you, hey, man, just get your nose dirty. You've been getting your nose dirty. This is how you dealt with things, by getting your nose dirty. But just go ahead, boom. Just say you give in, you succumb to temptation, and you go get your nose dirty. And within you get your nose dirty, you noticing, hey, hold on. This ain't no regular pot of hot. You done did some fentanyl, now you gone. It ain't worth it. Just say you go get your nose dirty and you get up off this stuff and you got all this crazy energy. Like, man, I ain't never felt energetic like this. And you like it too much. Now you chasing that high. Like, no, nigga, it ain't worth it. Look at this path that God done put you on. Nigga, you got your own apartment. You got more than one car. You in a position to where God is using you to motivate people. To where these females and some males is discouraging. Like, man, I just can't do it, Bobby. Like, I can't. The social worker want this. They doing this to me. They want me to do this, and the third. I say, well, listen, you ain't in this shit by yourself. So let me give you some ammunition to fight back with. Ask them what's the risk of harm. Because they can't continue to hold your kids if there's no continued risk of harm. If they can't tell you what's the risk of harm, then you need to go file a 388. A 388 is a change of circumstance and conditions to say, listen, there's no risk of harm. I have stability. I have a job. There's no reason for you all to still have custody of my kids. I got you. I'm with you. Oh, well, I'm going through this. And okay, well, look, this is what we're going to do. Instead of you going to go pick up that bottle, instead of you trying to self-medicate, we're going to do this. Let me introduce you to this holistic healing tactic. Let me share something with you that was instrumental in me not going back. So God is putting in some situations and positions, man, to where I can help people navigate through their hardships and they darkest moments. Man, that's amazing. I don't want to go back to being no fucking game banger. Nigga, you think I want to get back out there on the block? And even though, listen, the things that we learned as a kid be the hardest to get rid of as an adult. I'm gonna tell you like this. I love selling dope. I swear to man, listen, dog. I thrive in selling dope. When it comes to selling dope, dog, it ain't too many niggas that can outsell me in selling dope. I'm talking about that work. You know what I mean? I love that shit. But just because you love something, that don't mean that it's healthy for you. Just because you love something or someone, that don't mean that it's the best thing for you. Shit, I love sugar, nigga. I can't be fucking with that sugar. Nigga, I love this, but I can't be fucking with this. I love that. It's people in my life that I love, but I can't fuck with you. I love you, but I can't fuck with you because of what you're on counterproductive. If I get on what you on, then shit, man, I'm a disservice to my kids, my family, my community, and anybody else that God is going to send me into their life to be an inspiration to, be some form of motivation to. We got to start thinking like that, cuz. And just because you love something, that don't mean that it's supposed to be a part of your life. There was an analogy. There was a story somebody had told me about the cactus and a balloon. They found themselves loving each other with the most intense love. But every time the balloon went in to love on a cactus, it got hurt, it got poked, it got popped. So at one point in time, the balloon had to say, listen, cactus, I love you. I love the fuck out of you. But I have to get a long string and distance myself from you. I'll always be here, but I can't love you in the capacity that you need to be loved, because me loving you only hurts me. It placates, it satisfies you, but it hurts me. And we gonna find ourselves in relationships like that. Some people gonna want to hold on because of what you are and what you ain't. And this is for the sisters and the brothers. They want to hold on. Sometimes the brothers like to hold on to sisters because they know she a good sister. They don't want to see her with nobody else. But you hurting this sister. You dogging her out. You doing her wrong. Go let her be free. Go let her thrive. You can end that relationship on a cordial terms. You don't have to dog her out. You don't have to fuck her over. You ain't got to belittle her and berate her and all this. Go let her be great. Especially if you got kids with her. Go let her be great, because you loving her and her reciprocating the love because she got a good heart and she's a great person. It's only hurting her. It's stunning her growth. It's fucking her over, and vice versa. But say, man, hey, man, I'm about to get up off this thing, man. Y'all step and be blessed. Finish your play upon the Bobby WH. Yo, Gordon McGinnis, what's going on, dude? How the fuck are you, man? Much love. But I'm about to get up off this thing, man. I'm gonna try to double back, man, and do some more content. I want to cover this thing with Young and Hefe and Mr. Whack 100. You know what I mean? I want to cover that, man. Let's get a little deeper into that. I'm gonna try to do 4 today. Let's see if we can do 4 today. Minimum 3. You know what I mean? Even if I just come on and say whatever I say. You know what I mean? But listen, I told y'all about this book right here. This is a pretty good read. From Crib to Christ. This is a pretty good read, man. This individual right here, I'm gonna let y'all read the book, but it's a good book. It explains a lot about PJ Watts and Grape Street history. And we're not making a PJ Watts and Grape Street thing, but this brother put down this good book. This is the founder. This is the forefather. This is the creator of the Watts Baby Low Crips. This guy right here. He has an origin in Imperial Courts housing projects and all this. I don't want to say too much because then dudes, oh man, you take slick shots. Like, no, nigga ain't trying to take no slick shots. Nigga, this is a good book. And if you can, check it out, From Crib to Christ by Eric M. West. They got a few of my cousins in this motherfucker. You know, it's a pretty decent read, you know what I mean? But in the meantime, in between time, see, I want to start bringing some, I may just table that and do that over there at Bobby A, the Think Tank. If y'all haven't subscribed over there yet, please look for it and subscribe, man. Let's go start dumping some content over there. Bobby A, the Think Tank. I want to start bringing some artists up. And let's start, you know what I mean? Not necessarily a book club, but let's just start, you know, discussing books and all this and all that and just trying to motivate each other to read. If you can't read every day, at least read 2 times a week. Even if you just open up the book. And I'm going to just randomly open up this book right here. And I'm going to say on this. Let me see. Let's go right. All right. Hold on. Bear with me. But someone was about to walk into my life who would add much fun to it. And that was Edward Robinson. The gym in our projects was occasionally would organize field trips to places like the Pike, Knott's Berry Farm, Disneyland, and Magic Mountain. A trip was planned at this particular time for Magic Mountain. Kids from the PJs often look forward to these kinds of adventures. But this time I was facing the possibility of not being able to go because my mother didn't have any money. Edward had just moved into the PJs along with his grandmother, Miss Arnold, and he had signed up to go. I was sitting in the yard when he came walking by, getting ready to go and pay his money for the outing. He saw me out there looking like a lost puppy and asked me, "What's wrong?" I told him we couldn't afford the money for the trip, so Edward immediately offered to give me some of his extra money, and that kindness enabled me to go. You can do that 2 times a week. Just read. Just read. Expand your mind. Get a book. Fuck all this digital audio shit. Read an actual book so that these words can be imprinted in your mind so that you can read certain words and like, man, I wonder what that mean right there. Let me read something else. I wanted to find someone, anyone, just to be with a human person. It didn't matter, friend or foe. And about 100 yards, I ran into a guy named Larry, whom they called Grape. That's Grape 8. He's not from Gray Street. He's from Imperial Courts Housing Projects. Whom they called Grape. He was not from Gray Street Watts, but he had been among the first generation of Crips back when Big Tookie, Raymond Washington, had first started the gangs in the late 1960s. He had gone through a lot of personal things and had become addicted to PCP, or Sherm, as it was called. From the use of the Sherm cigarettes, Larry was kind of high. Larry was kind of high then because he had the characteristics of a person under the influence of the bomb. That's that good shit. I stopped him and started to ask him how he was doing in a series of other questions, whatever, just to keep him with me. I was prepared to stay out there all night if necessary, and really didn't know what was going to happen from that point on. After a while, Larry began to focus on who I was. It was a weird night because hardly anyone was outside and it wasn't even 11 o'clock. A very rare event. He asked me a question that I didn't expect. "Clipper, I know you didn't change. What's up?" This was a man that was 30 or older at the time. With this sense of urgency, I told him precisely what led to my change. I'm going to leave it there. Just read, cuz. Y'all still be blessed, man. It's your player partner, Bobby. Holla at you, yeah. For check it out. Hit me anytime. You know what I mean? Hey, man, y'all still be blessed. It's your player partner, Bobby WHJ. All praise be to the Most High God. All power to the people. Too black, too strong. Well, we need what we got. Let's live in peace before we be forced to rest in it. And that's my time, man. I love y'all.